Well, because I grew up listening to him, and it's so weird, like almost seeing his penis.
Okay, but who's starting?
Hi.
Well, we all are. We all are right now, officially right now.
I was caught with my pants down. I was unprepared.
Excuse me.
Well, two times today with your dick out, Scary. 2 times.
Hey, don't talk about the first one. That could cause problems.
Touche. Okay, I'll be quiet.
So I guess it's a 15-minute morning show podcast. We're down a few people. Let's see. I see Nate is not in his chair.
No.
Elvis isn't in his. Do we know where they went?
Are they talking to each other?
That's what I'm thinking.
Probably.
Yeah.
Usually when they both are gone, they're talking behind our back.
Why don't we all just leave Scary alone?
No,
No, don't do that.
Scotty.
Not if I leave the frame first.
stay.
No,
Where's
Scary.
everybody going?
Dude,
Froggy
that's
had
not
fun
cool.
stuff.
Hey,
No,
can
like-
All right.
Can I pitch a topic off what's coming through on the text messaging
Yeah.
Oh.
real quick?
What do you got?
Well, we played the Jermaine Stewart song in the Wayback Time Machine, right? The the old school time machine. You don't have to take your clothes off to have a good time. And everybody's disagreeing with that, saying you absolutely have to take your clothes off to have a good time. So I'm just wondering if we agree with that or disagree with that.
I've had good times with clothes on.
Yeah, me too.
I think that you don't have to take your clothes off to have a good time, but every time you take your clothes off, you do have a good time.
Fair.
Not if the lights are on.
That's a good point.
Well, in that case.
Do you know that in Sleepaway Camp we performed that song, and they wouldn't let us say cherry wine. We had to say cherry Coke. But they did let us say you don't have to take your clothes off, which insinuates sex.
Yeah.
So I don't.
What kind of camp did you
the
go
whole point
to?
of that song was they were sending out a message saying you don't have to have sex to have a good time. Is what
Right,
they
so
were
it was anti-sex, Scotty. You're fine.
Well, I know,
Anti-
but it was still.
saying. If you
talking.
saw a
drinking.
picture of Jermaine Stewart, you'd know that you wouldn't want to have sex with that.
Oh my gosh, really? Oh, let me look
I have
him
to
up.
look this guy up
I
now.
want to look him up. now.
Scotty did Kids Bop before Kids Bop did Kids
He looks
Bop.
like a member
Yeah.
of Milli Vanilli, and it's like, go away.
Oh my God, you are
Oh,
correct.
yeah. Keep my clothes on.
He was.
So, Nate,
I interviewed him live. He was really weird. I don't even
Nate,
know
do you
what
see
happened.
Scary?
No, he went to pee, and I was just in there peeing, and Jim Kerr was in there. So
He's back.
yeah, he's back. He was peeing too. So I left so he could have his privacy.
You guys
I
shared
always
a
feel
pee.
so
That's
weird
nice.
peeing next to him.
Why?
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 Well, because I grew up listening to him, and it's so weird, like almost seeing his penis.
Okay, but Scotty, you have a problem peeing next to anybody. You go in the
Right.
stall.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I love when Scotty's in the bathroom and I know he's in the stall. I'll shut the lights off because there's nothing he can do. Like he's trapped in the stall.
Did I ever tell you my famous pee story with Diddy?
No.
No. Do tell.
So I was in the bathroom, and Diddy had just stopped by. I think Jim Kerr might be coming in. Diddy had just stopped by for an interview.
Hold on. This just in. Jermaine Stewart died of AIDS. I'm sorry.
Oh,
Okay, go.
Today?
really?
AIDS-related
I guess
liver
he took his
cancer.
clothes off.
Oh my
at some point.
gosh. How long ago?
In 1997. Okay.
Wow.
Go ahead with your story. Sorry.
I can't tell a story.
Now I feel like a shithead.
I can't tell his story now.
What did I miss?
Nothing.
Start all over.
We're
again.
just making fun of Jermaine Stewart. We come to find out he passed away.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, so we don't mean anything we said. We take it all back.
Doesn't make the song any less silly. It's fine.
All right, Nate, tell your pee story. Come on, let's go.
I don't know if
Yeah. No, I want to hear the pee story
Can
about
somebody
P.
tell
Diddy.
a story before I tell my
All
story.
right. I've peed next to celebrities.
Wait, are we
Unreal-
on?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're doing the
Yeah.
podcast.
Why did you guys tell me these things?
You told us to start.
You said
Yeah, you did said
Start.
start.
when you were away.
Damn it.
All right, Nate, tell your pee story. Let's go.
Okay. So we had, this is when I worked at another show in Los Angeles, and we had Diddy came in, and Diddy did an interview, and he rolled deep. I think he had like 30 people with him, right? So the interview finished, and I finally had a chance to go to the bathroom. So I run into the bathroom. I'm the only one in there. I'm peeing, and then as I'm peeing at the urinal, I hear the door open, and some guy comes in, looks around, and then walks back out. And as he's leaving the door, he goes, "It's okay. It's just a skinny little white guy." And then Diddy comes in and stands next to me and starts peeing.
He feels totally safe next
Safe.
to you.
A
Yeah.
little skinny white guy.
Does that make you feel weird, or does that make you feel good?
I felt good. I mean, I'm harmless,
I wonder what kind of person would have had to be in the bathroom for him
Right,
not to enter.
Yeah.
I don't know. But I mean, imagine that level of fame where you have to have somebody check the bathroom before you can use the bathroom.
Well, I tell
Janet
you, and I
Jackson.
don't remember which artist it was. I was walking down the hall toward the studio to interview whoever this was, and the guard stopped me and said, "You can't go in there." And I said, "Well, I have to go in there. That's my show. Well, we can't let you in." I said, "Well, why?" Because we have a client in there who we need to keep an eye out. We have to keep the number of people down. Who was that? I'm like, fuck you. I got to go in there. Get out of my way.
Oh my
My
gosh.
show. I repeat, my
This
show.
happened with Madonna at the iHeartRadio Music Awards or whatever, at the iHeartRadio, whatever it is we had in Los Angeles. They wouldn't let me in. I was running late for my interview with her. You
we
can't
all
go
got
in
kicked
there.
out of the show. The room.
You guys got kicked out. They wouldn't let me in.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm supposed to interview Madonna. Well, we've been asked by Madonna's people not to let people in. I'm supposed to interview her.
Fine. Tell her to meet me out here. We'll do the interview.
Elvis,
out
remember
here.
that when that happened in Miami, they wouldn't let me go on stage. I was supposed to go on stage to introduce Sierra. And so her bodyguard's like, nobody can go up there. I'm like, well, I'm the guy that's introducing her. Doesn't matter, you can't go. And so I'm like, okay, well, we got a problem here. So then I got really belligerent with him, and I think he kept threatening to punch me, and I said to him, please, I'm begging you, please hit me. I'm begging you to please hit me.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my God.
Yes.
That far?
Yes. I'm like, I'm begging you, please. I'm going up there. I went up there and did it anyways, and then I told him what an asshole I thought he was.
Good for you.
Remember when
I'm sure that
Elvis
taught
couldn't
him
get
a
on the
lesson.
beach at Atlantis? They wouldn't let him. What was it Rihanna? We used to introduce
Rihanna, yeah.
Rihanna.
Yeah, Rihanna.
Rihanna.
Yeah, we went and had
they
dinner
wouldn't let you
anyways.
on.
Yep. Elvis was
That
like,
makes me laugh so hard.
Elvis was like, but we're supposed to introduce her, and the person was like, well, I'm so sorry, blah blah. So Elvis goes, okay, we won't introduce
I
her.
said, fuck it. We'll go have dinner.
We'll go to dinner.
And we did.
That's the greatest
Dinner.
lesson. Well, one of the greatest lessons I feel like I've learned from you, Elvis, is when someone tries to not let you in, just walk away.
Yeah.
It's so much more powerful. And then all of a sudden you have people chasing you down the street because they realized, oh shit, this person was probably supposed
Well, that was
to
her
be
tour
there.
manager, and he did start chasing us. I'm like, no, you had your chance to have us on
Right.
stage. It's okay.
So we didn't do it.
People don't want to see us. They want to see Rihanna anyway. Maybe it's best that we just go have dinner.
Does anybody remember, is that one of those stories where it's like you cannot say Rihanna's coming on stage right now? You have to say coming up in a few minutes
Oh, yeah,
to
they
build
call
the
that a soft
anticipation.
intro, yeah.
Yeah, the soft
So
intro.
annoying.
A soft intro.
I felt so bad for Kelly Clarkson one time. It was a Wango Tango in Los Angeles. It was the big summer concert that they did in summer, right? Obviously. And so she had just performed. Like, she had just left the stage. She went back to her dressing room for a second to I don't know, go to the bathroom or whatever. And then she came back out and tried to go to the side of the stage to watch whoever was performing next. And the security guard was like, I'm sorry, you can't be up here. And she's like, I was just on stage. I just want to see who's performing. I'm sorry, you
What do you
can't be
think I'm
here,
going to
man.
do
You
here?"
gotta go.
Hey, you know what? I get it. They're doing their jobs, and they don't
Yeah,
know
but you know
who
what?
we
You gotta
are
have a
or
little bit of a
Kelly
brain
Clarkson
to do
is.
that job.
Well,
Like the guy in the hallway in Miami. What a fucking asshole.
Well, tell that
Which
story,
one?
please. No, tell the story. They got no. I don't want to give the
don't.
punchline.
Oh no.
Is this the guy with the tummy?
Yep.
Yeah, then we'll just leave it at that. That was the punchline. We already have the punchline.
Okay.
Let's move on.
I was at a pool party we were doing not too long ago, and they
remember
would
that.
not let me in. And I was standing there like, come on, are you serious? There were listeners next to me inside the party asking if they could take pictures. So I'm like leaning over the railing, trying to take pictures with them. The guy still wouldn't let me in. And as I was about to leave, Froggy saved it. He was like, wait, I got you. We're going to
Like,
get you
dude,
in.
let her in. She works with us. Like, oh. I'm like,
I
really?
know, you know what? I mean, we really have to have egos the size of Mars if we think that everyone in the security world knows who we are. I get that.
Right.
Yeah.
I get it.
I'm not saying this person should know who I am, but when you're working inside your own radio station in a studio that's probably the size of a box, and a security guard walks in with one Mariah Carey and she goes, "This room will do," and then I have to leave my room, I'm like, I'm in the middle of working right now.
Yeah.
But Mariah loved the lighting of the room that I was sitting in, that she wanted to use it.
That was Mariah.
Okay, well, you know, looking back on that day, we did say she could use that room.
Yeah.
So sorry.
Hey,
I mean, we set her up in there, and I think someone forgot to tell you. Oops.
Uh-oh.
Elvis, do you remember early 2000s? We were doing a concert, I think in, say, Nassau Coliseum, and I was in the hallway talking to Steven Tyler, who's a major, major celebrity, right? And there were other people, and all the artists were kind of hanging out by their dressing room doors, and there were people talking to them, and all of a sudden, security starts clearing the hallways. Everyone has to get out of the hallway, right? Steven Tyler was told to go back in his room. Everybody would clear the hallway so that Christina Aguilera could walk through the hallway. Do you remember that?
I know they do that a lot.
Yeah, that happened to me when I was with Paul Abdul. I was with her at an event. Like, we were at some event in New York City, and she was about to come, and they said, "Part the seas. Paul Abdul's coming." I'm like, are you fucking kidding me right now? You're making us walk to one side. So everyone had to get out of the way so that she could walk straight down. I'm like, really?
It's usually not them. It's their people.
No. I don't think it was her because she was so nice. I really think it was the people.
It's the people. The people always suck.
I went to a concert one time with Enrique. He was performing, and we were trying to get in backstage, and the person's like, I don't see your name on the list. He's like, I'm not going to be on the list. I'm performing. She's like, well, I need your name. So he told her his name was Ricky Martin. So she's looking down the list for Ricky Martin, and she's like, nope, I don't have a Ricky Martin. And I'm like, are you going to tell her? He's like, no. She's radioing all around. There's no Ricky Martin on the list. Finally, somebody came out and let us in, but he's just hilarious like that. Like she had no clue who Enrique Iglesias was. She did not know.
I tell you, and I wrote about this in the book. Being backstage sucks. No one understands unless they've gone through it. Being backstage is just probably because every time we have been backstage, we're working and people are pushing you around, and you can't walk there. You can't walk there. You'd rather just not be there, but you have a job to do.
My favorite is clear the hall. Clear the hall. We've got blank coming through. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. Really? Clear the hall.
Clear the hall. You're not allowed to breathe the same air.
Nope. And you can never sit down. And Danielle and I are always wearing high heels trying to find a place to sit. And as soon as we find a place, somebody yells at us to get off of that trash can or whatever it is we're sitting
backstage, it's not worth it. No. I'd rather be out in the audience watching a show. That's the thing. We watch so many shows from the side or from a monitor in the back. We rarely get to see a real show. So when shows are back, fuck it. I'm going to go watch a show.
Right.
If you want me on stage, I'm sorry. I'll hit you up next year.
I remember when they used to say, oh, people can't go backstage. Somebody's going to get injured. I'm like, who the fuck is going to get hurt? Remember the time Lisa broke her toe backstage at the Y100 Jingle Ball? Elvis, her toe was sideways. Remember that? She tripped on something. It was hilarious. Because it was funny. I got to admit it was funny.
It is dangerous. Because those roadies, man, they'll run right over you with a piece of a speaker or something, and you're dead. They don't care. They're going from point A to point B. If you're in the way, then you're a puddle. They don't care. They don't. So backstage, does anyone here really enjoy going backstage?
No.
Not really.
No. Nope.
My favorite part of backstage is when somebody tells Elvis he can't stand there. I'm like, I rub my hands together like, yes, this is going to be good.
Here we go.
This is going to be good. We're going to have entertainment.
Fabulous.
What's that, Brody?
I wanted to tell one more Clear the Hallway story that got you very upset. It was at Madison Square Garden a long time ago, and we were bringing on the last act. And the last act at that point was an act that had not had a lot of hits, but they were put on the bill. And they cleared the hallway. It was 4 massive security guards. A guard, a band member, a guard, a band member, a guard. The biggest security guards I've ever seen. And we couldn't get near them. They cleared the hallway. We went on stage, and then they came on stage with their bodyguards. So we were on the back half of the stage, like behind the turntable. You couldn't see us. And you wanted to say hi to them, and the bodyguard stood there and wouldn't let you say hi to them, even though we were about to bring them on stage. Do you remember who that was?
No, who was that?
It was Boys to Men.
Ooh. Get out.
Oh, wow.
And it was long past their hits. It was like they would have been happy that you wanted to say hi to them. And their giant bodyguards.
That's so sad.
Terrible.
I mean, I bet they would have loved to say hi to us.
But their bodyguards wouldn't let us. And they were like standing behind the bodyguards, like trying to wave. And the bodyguards were like,
what year was it when Boys to Men closed a show? That's been a while.
Well, that was back when the closer wasn't the highlight. It was back when we used to put the closer when people were going home early.
Oh, yeah.
Now, when you end the show, it's the biggest act. But back then, it was like, one more act. And we put them on at the end. It was 2001, maybe.
So I never got to say hi to them. I feel awful. I like Boys to Men.
And they were waving at you behind the bodyguards. You wouldn't move.
How you doing?
They were afraid of the bodyguards.
Yeah.
We want to say hi, but they'll kick our ass, so hi.
Oh, my gosh. Do you remember when we were on stage in Miami and the weekend was finishing the show, it was closing, and I go, closing the show tonight, The Wanted.
Oh.
And Elvis was like, they're not together anymore. You mean The Weekend? Oh, that's right, The Weekend.
Dale.
And I have a picture of me and Carla Marie, who used to work here, cracking up hysterically when I said that. It's one of my favorite pictures.
Do you remember when we were introducing somebody? We were all on stage at Jingle Ball, and we were introducing an act. I can't. And so we had everybody, and we brought Dina out.
Yeah.
Oh, chain smokers.
Chain smokers.
And so I think it was you, Danielle. You whispered
Dina with
in
the
her
pink
ear.
hair.
Yeah, Dina with the pink hair would whisper it in her ear so Dina could make the big announcement as
Yeah.
she was coming on stage, and she goes, "The chain smokers."
Yeah. And she was questioning it and like a
Danielle,
disgusted face.
Here's that picture of you saying, "Up next, the Wanted."
You were so excited too. Look.
Oh, so much energy.
I was so proud
I
of
even put a
myself.
caption on it eventually.
That's great.
Oh my God.
Why I have that, I don't know, but I do. I will never delete it.
I think I just donated that dress, by the way. I think it's one of the ones that just went.
Well, so I don't know. I guess it's just a matter of time until we're backstage again. Here we go.
Or except this time they'll have the COVID excuse
Yeah.
for clearing the hallways. Oh no, restrictions, COVID.
Good.
Watch COVID come
Hey,
into
guess
play.
what?
They're going to
So
use it.
I'm going to use the same excuse, so I don't have to be back there with
So
him.
he doesn't have to go to the show.
Sorry, COVID.
Carly Rae Jepsen's coming through. Everybody clear the hallway.
Has anyone seen Elvis?
Well, got COVID. He's gonna.
COVID protocols.
We got to get out of here. Have a beautiful day, and we'll see you next week with brand new 15-minute morning show podcasts.
And Uncle Johnny.